Yo everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a review as well as a demo of the brand new Anastasia Beverly Hills Impeccable foundation. So this has been out for about 2 to 3 weeks now. I got mine from Boots. They were doing like 25% off as like an introductory offer, which is amazing. Otherwise, individually this costs £39. The great thing about this is that it is actually 35ml, whereas normal foundations tend to actually be about 30ml. So let's start off with the packaging. It comes in this glass bottle, and then it's got a very nice, easy to use pump. I've not found any difficulties using this pump. It lets out just the right amount so you can control the pump fully without having to worry about wastage or anything like that. This is the box it comes in, nothing exciting, it's just a box. Now when it comes to Anastasia Beverly Hills foundations, I've always been very much on the fence. I've not always been the biggest fan of them. They're okay, but I wouldn't say that they are the best. So I was interested to see what the deal was with this one. So I'm just going off of Anastasia Beverly Hills UK website. This is introducing Impeccable foundation, a medium to full coverage, long wearing formula that blurs pores, fine lines and wrinkles for up to 12 hours. Powered by precision blur technology, this hydrating velvet matte foundation features hyaluronic acid for a smooth, flawless finish and second skin feel. Now it comes in 25 shades, which I was a little bit surprised about because I kind of would have thought that this day and age 25 shades in a foundation range of a beauty brand that's not been around 5 minutes. They've been around for a significant period of time now, but it also says that they are 25 flexible shades and undertones. I've never liked the term flexible unless it is used for like skin tints or anything like that, where the coverage is not huge, so it doesn't really matter so much if the color is a perfect match or not. Because this is a medium to full buildable coverage foundation, the foundation color needs to be a proper match. Nobody needs it to be flexible for them when it comes to this kind of foundation. Color matched myself online because I know that I've got light to medium skin tone with yellowy golden undertones, so that's generally what I tend to go for. So I bought the shade 3W, which is described by Anastasia Beverly Hills as light to medium skin with warm undertones. Now I do have to say that I am really pale at the moment. This is probably the palest I've been in a really long time. In February now, there's hardly been any sun in the UK for like quite some time, and I've been indoors a lot as well, so I'm very, very pale. Now, I don't know if you can tell, if I go like that, you should be able to see that this is a little bit on the warm side for me. It's not a complete perfect match, but it's good enough. I think that as the months go on and I am outdoors a lot more and in the sun, yes, my skin will naturally get a little bit deeper, and then this will be more of a perfect match. But even now, I don't really see it being an issue for me. I think it works perfectly fine, especially because this is the kind of foundation that does need to be set, meaning you will be using your setting powder, and that will probably lighten it a little bit anyway, which is what has happened with my face. So first off, I'm going to do the demo for you guys. I'm just using this Makeup Revolution buffing brush. Any brush is perfectly fine, or if you want to use your beauty blender, it's up to you. I prefer to use brushes, and I also prefer, when it comes to slightly thicker foundations like this, to use buffing brushes because I find that they just push it into the skin a lot better, blend it a lot better, and you get a lot more of an airbrush kind of look to the skin. But as you can see, I'm actually going in with a fairly heavy hand. The amount that I've applied on is quite a bit actually, and then you can see me, I'm just showing you how the color matches against my skin tone. You can see that it is a little bit warm for me, which is perfectly fine, and then I'm going to blend it all over my face, and then you can see the difference between one side of my face and the other side. You can see that pretty much everything has been covered. It's covered any redness that I've got on my face, it's covered any kind of marks on my face, it's very much evened out my skin tone, and you can see how it looks against one side compared to the other side. So now I'm obviously going to move on to the other side of my face and blend it all in so that it is a complete seamless match. So obviously now you can see that my makeup is completely finished and I have set it, and it all looks absolutely lovely. So now let's get into the review itself. Going by what they state, I'm going to let you know what my thoughts are about using this. So it says it is a velvet matte medium to full coverage foundation with a natural second skin finish. I would completely agree. I would say that my skin feels velvety soft, but the only reason that it does is because I have set it. Otherwise, it leaves a slight tacky finish to the skin, meaning you won't get that velvet effect unless you actually set it. So that is something very important. Medium to full coverage, I would agree. Natural second skin finish, I would agree as well. Even though you guys can see that I've got it on my face as full coverage, it doesn't look like, you know, too much. Long wearing, up to 12 hours wear and water resistant. Long wearing in 12 hours to me nowadays in 2025, I would say long wearing is 24 hours plus. Now, I don't think that this is long wearing, and I noticed this had started to break down on my face at about hour 8 in the usual problematic areas. I've got combination skin, which means that I get oily in my T-zone area, and this started to break down around my chin, around the sides of my nose, and my forehead area after about hour 8. So I don't think that it does actually last as long as they necessarily claim, even though after 12 hours it did kind of still look the same-ish, slightly broken down and a bit shiny. So I suppose, yeah, it kind of does last up to 12 hours, but not looking perfect. Water resistant, I don't think that it is water resistant because I find that this transfers as well. I may not have come into contact with the sun, but I have come into contact with the rain, and the rain doesn't make it move. However, if I did touch my face, more product would come off than had it been just this normal transferring off onto the hand. Weightless, yes. Water-based formula, effortlessly blends and builds. I would say that this blends and glides over the face absolutely beautifully. A little bit goes a really long way, and you don't actually need to use your brush that much because you don't need to buff it in as much as you would do with more thicker foundations. So I would say that, yep, it definitely blends and builds very nicely. Hydrates the skin with hyaluronic acid to maintain plump, bouncy skin. Well, I use skincare anyway, so I can't tell the difference. Blurs, smooths and minimizes pores, fine lines, wrinkles and texture. I would completely agree with that. It gives a very flawless airbrush kind of finish, very much smooths out the skin, minimizes the appearance of my pores as well. I don't have any fine lines, wrinkles, but I do have textured skin, and I did find that it very much fills out that texture on my face that is problematic when it comes to like more glowier foundations very, very nicely. Non-slip, non-cakey formula, doesn't melt, separate or settle into lines. Well, I've already said that it kind of does. It doesn't get cakey, but it does separate on the face. And I've had active eczema on my chin for like 2-3 years. It just won't go away no matter what I use on it. But most foundations that I've got actually tend to hide it. But what I noticed with this is that not only did it separate on my chin, it started to cling to those dry patches. So I wasn't too happy about that, because normally my eczema is not really that visible, but it made it more visible. The flashback formula doesn't self-set or oxidize for a natural finish. I haven't tried any kind of flash photography, so I can't really say. It doesn't self-set, yep, that's true. And it doesn't oxidize, yep, that's completely true as well. It's perfectly with liquid, cream and powder finishes, yep. Ideal for all skin types, especially oily skin. Luxe custom molded component, like, what do they mean, the bottle? Dermatologist tested, non-comedogenic and safe for sensitive skin. I've got sensitive skin, I've had no issues. So that's it really in terms of what they say about this product. Now, I've obviously given you my views in terms of the vast majority of the claims that they have on here have been met. However, I wouldn't really consider it long wearing. In terms of somebody like me, for example, sometimes I'm at work, I'm at my desk at 9 o'clock. I finish at 5:30. I am then going out with my friends. I'm not coming back till later on in the evening, maybe 9-10 o'clock. So I've had it on my face for over 12 hours. I need something that is going to last and look fresh the entire time. In this day and age, in the 21st century, I want nothing but the best. There's no excuses anymore. This one just about makes it to 12 hours, and I've already noticed separation on my face, and with the separation also comes shine, which I don't want. So I'm going to give this foundation, I would say, an 8 out of 10. It is not a bad foundation by any means, but I wouldn't consider it to be the best in order for me to give it a 10. But it is something that I will be using, especially on days when I know that I don't have to be out of the house for a significant period of time. How this is going to hold up in the summer months, on the other hand, I don't know. I kind of feel like this is going to break down on my face a lot faster. At the moment in the UK, we've been in 0-digit temperatures, so you know it's cold. So there's no reason for me to really sweat that much and for it to slip and slide on my face. Now, obviously, if you use a setting spray, it will make a big difference as well. I've been testing it out without setting spray, just because I want you guys to understand how it works completely on its own without having to add any additional products. Like I said already, I do like this foundation. I don't think that 8 out of 10 is a bad mark. But obviously the fact that it transfers is always a bit of a minus to me. Not that they've called it transfer proof, so you can't really hold that against them. And also the fact that I need something that is going to last 12 hours plus rather than up to 12 hours, which is what this actually does do. Considering the price and considering the brand as well that has been around for some time, I kind of feel like their foundations are still not quite hitting the mark as much as they should do. So that's it for my review of the brand new Anastasia Beverly Hills Impeccable foundation. Let me know what your thoughts are. Have you tried it? Are you thinking about trying it? Let me know in the comment section below. Other than that, I hope you guys are fabulous, gorgeous, wonderful and great as always, and I'll see you all in the next video.